Scripture tells us if we were to ask Peter, who we read this evening, and this is the premise for my whole message tonight in this whole study. If we were to ask Peter, what does it take to have a happy life? Peter would say a happy life is the result of a holy life submitted to suffering. I'm gonna say that one more time. Think about it, process it. A happier life is the result of a holy life submitted to suffering. Doesn't make sense, but he's gonna tell us why it all works together because it's God's way of doing things. I remember whenever I thought about this and I was able to really get this down in my soul, I was thinking about how good God had been to me. And many of you have experienced this. If you haven't experienced this, you will experience. My dad told me something years ago. My dad said, God gives every man, at least one opportunity in his life to fix everything that's wrong in his life. If it's a money issue, if it's a family issue, whatever it is, God gives you at least one opportunity to fix that thing. He gives you the resources, things outside of your control to fix it and do what you need to do. And I remember I was driving along, I was reflecting on the things that I had been asking God for, I was begging him for. And trust me, the last 12, 14 years have not been a walk in the park. I have, as I am adulting and growing up to be my own man, I've had to face struggles that I never thought I would face. In fact, we used to be young saying, I want to get grown, I want to have my own house, I want to do my own thing. And nobody really truly articulated just how hard that really is. Many of us, if we're being honest, we'd rather go back to the sandbox. We'd rather go back and enjoy some of the easy days. But I remember I was driving along thinking about all the things God had done for me. I asked God to give me a wife, and he gave me a wife. I asked God for children. He gave me 3 children. I asked God to give me an increase on my job. I never forget one year I was making way under what I wanted to make, and I went home. I was at work, and I called my wife, and I said, Bettina, before this year's out, I'm going to be making X amount of dollars. And in typical fashion, when I do things like that, Bettina said, all right, babe. And that was the end of the whole conversation. and I'm sitting there thinking, I'm going to do this. This is going to happen. And as God blessed, before the year was out, I got the salary that I wanted and some. God blessed me. I asked God for extra financial blessings. He gave me that. I asked God for educational success. I was able to accomplish that. I got professional success and the things that I didn't ask for. Here's the thing that was so weird about this. Here I am driving along in my car, and all I could feel was a hole in my soul. No happiness. So then I proceeded to do this. Well, God, how about this? Give me better experiences with my wife. Make it even more enjoyable than it is now. Maybe we can have more vacations where we take the children out and we just do more things with them. And as I kept running the list, maybe another degree, maybe another financial blessing, maybe a better job with more prestige and more money. Running the list. And then I came to the conclusion, I really don't know what I want to be happy. And many of us today are in that situation. You've been begging God for things you don't even know will make you happy. Here's the argument that Peter wants to give us. Christ alone, Christ himself, is supposed to be the center of all the happiness we experience. I want to say that again. Not your job, not your spouse, not your children, not your money, not your car, not your house. None of those things. And isn't it a mirage that the world paints for us that if we can get married to the right person, have the right number of kids, have the right job, have the right home, the right social status, then all of our problems will go away and we'll be happier than we ever will be. And you'd be surprised if you sit down with the people who look the most happy, just how miserable they really are. Because Christ isn't the source of their happiness. The moment I realized this, I was sitting in my car, I broke down into tears, desperately crying and asking the Lord to help me, saying, Lord, what in the world am I going to do with this? I don't even know what to ask for. Don't even know what to ask for. And the Lord helped me see this. He said to me, the unhappiness that you're experiencing is far more painful than the suffering that I'm asking you to commit to in your life. Can I say that again? The unhappiness that you're experiencing in your life right now, whatever that may be, whatever hole is in your heart because of what you're trying to pack into your life to make those voids filled, is far more painful and miserable than simply suffering the way God has told us to suffer. What he wants us to see here in this text, and what we will read later, is that material things, earthly things, they cannot in any way make us happy, and it is a shame on us to put that burden on someone else or something in our life. What a burden to put on someone to be the source of your happiness. Because the moment they let you down, then all of your happiness goes away, and it's not your fault, it's theirs. Many marriages, many families, many jobs, many opportunities in life are falling apart, not because of any issues per se with the people, but because we think they are the source of our happiness. The Lord said, no, that's not the way it works. Actually, the way it works is I'm supposed to be at the center of your happiness. I thought to do this one evening. I wanted to do it. I didn't get a chance to do it. But I wanted to walk around downtown and just ask people what makes them happy. What makes them happy? Just ask them, what makes you happy? I would imagine people would say, well, my life is pretty good. I'm not sick. I'm healthy. Maybe they would say, I'm retired. Maybe they would say, family's good. Maybe they would say, job's good. Just finished graduating, USC grad. Maybe they're excited about life and the opportunities they have. But what happens when all of that is taken away? Where's your happiness then? This is what Jesus showed me, and this is what I was left asking God in that prayer. Here's the thing, and I want you all to try it. Whatever happens in my life, no matter what comes or what goes, Lord, please don't leave me. That's what I asked him. And the moment I said that, and the moment that came out of my soul and my heart, it seemed like that hole there was just filled as if you were putting putty in a wall that had been broken up by someone driving their fist through it. It seemed as if God said, now you got it. Now you can allow anything around you not to be the source of your happiness, but the resource by which God brings you happiness.